Yeah. We'll just watch me sit here. This is it. This is the whole show. I'm just gonna sit here. Just gonna sit here and just make different voices and talk to y'all in different kind of voices. How y'all doing in that? That's good. Welcome everybody to the show. Quit. Hey, there it is. I need to turn that on. All right. So I guess we're live. Hi, how is everybody doing? It's Friday night. We're all ham radio nerds with nothing else to do. And you've decided to tune into KMRD radio stuff, and I'm very grateful for you. So welcome, everyone. Let's see. We got ham radio for non-techies. Walter Beaton, NE4TN. Go buy his 10 tennas antennas because they are fantastic on eBay. Search 10 tennas. Mel, we're going to get to your question in a minute. Our Field Tech ham radio adventure guy. Who else we got here? Andy Cowley, always here. Andy, you were not first, so we're going to have to ban you for the evening. Landreth Farm, Mike Smith, Golf Zero, Romeo Foxtrot, Delta. Always nice to have some folks from across the pond. 86 DM, my battery buddy. Jason Hammer 2.0 is not first, unfortunately. Who else? Tank is here. Dixie DX, Ria's Shack Ham Radio. And Alpha Echo 1 Tango Papa from Bahrain. That's right, we've got Bahrain in the house. And 45 Auto, my 45 Auto is somewhere in this room right now. Firedog 92 finally catching a I can't read, a live late night, one of them. Yep. So I had a fun day of POTA today. I was with N5 BSB Brown Sugar Bacon, and we were finally activated Sam Houston National Forest. It's literally a ginormous forest that takes up a huge portion of Texas, and I kind of live in it ish, but not really. And I've never activated it, so I finally did that today. Got 100 contacts with the DX Commander. Bob got 101. And we got Alaska. That was cool. I got Puerto Rico. Jeff needs a beer. I'm drinking water and Dr. Pepper tonight. Still on the not drinking, not smoking kick. And Mike KD2 SXD got to work you and Brown Sugar Bacon. I don't remember that call sign. I hope you're in my log. I can't remember all 100 call signs, though. So anyway, I want to bring on a very special guest. Some of you may know him. He's a man who needs no introduction. Who could it be? Believe it or not, it's just
Take Radio! What is going on? I'm Frank KG5AHJ. What is going on, all y'all party people? And what do you mean? You just now activated Sam Houston Forest. That's like around the corner from you, man.
I didn't hear a word you just said, but welcome. I hope everybody's ears are well.
Like he's like, I'm going to bring on a guest, and foof.
That was totally unscripted, and that was perfect. That was absolutely perfect. So, how are you tonight, Frank?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. I was gonna play coy. Who are you gonna bring on, man? What is up? And then I was like, no, I can't do it. I'm gonna go full blast because Kyle was like, oh, you're blowing out our speakers there, Frank.
You hurt Ria's ears. Sorry, Ria. Had to.
Ria,
Dennis says you're 5'9" plus 20 QRM. Yep.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a bait and switch thumbnail. Guys, I am too lazy to make a different thumbnail for the late shift live streams. So that's what you're getting. I'm here.
We all know where Jason is hiding.
Jason is in Hawaii.
He's Hawaii and he's in our chat?
Andy's in the chat, which is weird because if I was in Hawaii with my wife, I would be trying to find the most secluded place on the beach and to make a sexy time. Yeah, it would not be. I don't know. I probably would still be watching ham radio videos, honestly. I would be playing radio. He said he was playing radio earlier today, but didn't have much success.
So what do you mean? The question I asked you when I was yelling and shouting. What do you mean you just now got around to activate what, Sam Houston Forest?
Yeah, so
That's
Sam
like around your
Houston
corner,
National
man.
Forest. Well, it is, and technically, I could be in Sam Houston National Forest. Actually, probably about 1 minute faster than I could be in Huntsville State Park because you
Mhm,
have to go through the gate. Sam Houston National Forest, the trailhead is right. Sam Houston National Forest butts up to Huntsville State Park.
mhm,
It's not a twofer. Huntsville State Park is not enclosed in they're two separate entities, but the trailhead for Sam Houston is right there. I mean, if I turn right instead of left,
mhm.
I'm at Sam Houston National Forest, but I don't want to activate a trailhead. That's boring. And it's
Well, you could
literally
get
right
hike
on
the
the freeway.
trail.
So I have hiked the trail. I hiked about a mile in there,
Uh-huh.
and it's just so Sam Houston National Forest is mostly just trails, which I love trails, but the forest is so thick that it's very difficult to find a comfortable place that I'd actually want to set up and operate from.
Mhm,
And I actually did that in Huntsville the other day. I just kind of hiked off the trail and in the very back of the park, it's actually higher elevation and there's kind of a clearing. So I went there and just wasn't very comfortable. I'm sitting on a log and you're hunched over and it's like,
yeah.
it's not my Forrest Gump bench. It's not the first time I've done that. I mean, I've activated just sitting on the ground before. It's no big deal, but it's not.
Mhm.
I have certain luxuries that I'm accustomed to, and when the stuff hits the fan, I expect that those luxuries still be there.
Mhm,
Uh,
mhm.
damn the zombies, you know.
A park
Uh,
bench.
so anyway, so most of Sam Houston, I've driven around my area. I spent the better part of a day one day just trying to find places in Sam Houston National Forest that I could activate from. And I found one. There's like this big grass parking lot that's still just a trailhead entrance, but it's big, probably a couple acres. And I could set. I mean, you could set up any antenna you could ever possibly think of there. It's big enough. If you want to set up a 160-meter antenna, you have enough room to do that. But
Mhm,
it's like you're just in a field of grass. It's like, I like to operate by the water and nice scenery and stuff like that. So we went to it was about 45-minute drive from me in a town called Cold Spring, I feel.
mhm.
Sounds legit. Uh, I know I can't hit that repeater from here, unfortunately. Um, Crockett is on the list, Charles Smith. Yeah, that's probably an hour and a half or so away from me. So anyway, so I think it's called like Double Lakes Recreation Area, something like that. Who Kilo 4417, I think, is a designator.
Mhm.
Um, and it was actually like a campground, and we got out, and there was this really pretty lake, and we were operating right on the bench, not right on the water, but I mean we're on 180 degrees. We're surrounded by water, so it was really pretty. Um, but it was cold. It was like 60 degrees or something, which is
Mhm.
not cold for me, but it's still cold because I hate the cold. I mean, for Michigan, 60 degrees is, I mean, you're in shorts and a t-shirt.
I I'll tell you this, I used to the cold did not bother me. Shorts year round, t-shirt year round, a lot of
No.
times sandals or barefoot, it did not bother me. But
Uh-uh.
as soon as I started taking some medication for, blood pressure, it hits 60s and I'm cold, I'm bundling up. So, I understand it.
Yeah, it sucks. I hate it. That's why I moved here. And I was just talking to Scott, Ham Radio for Non-Tackies earlier
Mhm.
today, and I was bitching about the cold. I was like, man, I didn't move far south enough. I was like, I need to move to the equator. Yeah,
There's
Paperwork
not much
Ninja
more
says
south you can
60
go here.
degrees in Michigan, Daisy Dukes. That's just for the dudes. Yeah, it is. I mean, 60 degrees is nothing, but it was 41 this morning when I woke up. Yeah,
Mhm.
it sucks. But so
Yep,
anyway,
I had the heater on.
where the hell is it? Um, Mel, Kilo Charlie 2, Foxtrot, Kilo Whiskey asked very beginning. He was number 3. And if you're a Pantera fan, 3. Um, he had a good question, and it's a question I get a lot, and it's a good discussion, and I always like to hear people's opinions on it. He says, which radio is a better one? The Zygu or Sigu, if you want to be a dick about it.
Mm-hmm.
X5105 or the Zygu G90.
I am really loving the G90. Minus the case fan, it chewed my fingers twice. There was a short released. It got me once. It got me twice. And I tell you the secret of that. Well, not the secret, that what happened. I picked up the radio, not thinking about it, hit the fan, ouch. I turned off the radio. It goes,
Hang on, I
boop,
got to
boop.
interrupt you really quick.
Yeah.
Matt Core says, get your poll. What's up, Matt? That is my best friend from middle school and high school, who is not a ham radio operator. He doesn't even use a wireless for his guitar. Hell of a drummer, hell of a guitarist. And all around, what the hell did your business card say that we made in high school? All around cool guy or swell guy or something like that. Yep. So everyone say hi to Matt Core. Shegu, of course. See, if I check Google Translate, it says like Thigu, almost like George Takei would say tsunami.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know, but anyway, I'm sorry.
Yeah. But I turned off the radio. And I waited a second for the fan to spin down, and I grabbed it again, and it got my other blessed finger. And man, I was like, "What's going on?" And you have to unplug that radio completely for the fan to spin down. So if it has power,
it's always on.
Always on.
Yeah.
I'm just like, oh.
I just got this fan yesterday. So I took it. I took the G90 out of my Go box. Hooked it up. Now they have I'll be doing a review on it, but they have fixed the bottom so that you're not exposed to 10 blades of death. But I went to grab it from because it's got the kickstands, and I went to pick it up, and you just naturally want to grab it like just right where the spinning blades of death are. Ooh. So yeah. So I texted Frank a picture of this. I'm like, they fixed it.
Yeah.
But anyway, so other than that, now, have you played with the X5105 though?
No, I have not.
Okay.
I'm really enjoying the G90. We were at a POTA last weekend, and we had the G90 and the 705 out, and looks like I was making better contacts with the G90 than what we were getting with the 705. It's 10 extra
watts. Were they
watts.
on different 10 extra watts?
Same antenna. All we did was switch radios.
It could have just been that window of time where the band was better.
I'm not going to refute that.
You never know.
Can be.
That's the thing about comparing things is it's really, unless you have like two whisper transmitters going at the same time on the same kind of antenna and everything. I mean, there's still always going to be some kind of variable. 10 Blades of Death would be a good band name. That is a good name.
Oh.
Matt, we're getting the band back together. We're calling ourselves 10 Blades of Death. Call Ostash. Our band name in high school was called Detriment. That's a winner, isn't it?
That's a good one. Yeah. So tell me about the other radio. What was it?
So the G90, yes, it has 20 watts. And yes, it has a tiny little waterfall.
It's enough to get it done.
It's enough to get it done. I just used the G90 today. Haven't used it in a while for a
you got that in the Go box,
POTA, but I have it in the Go box, but I took it out of the Go box so I could play with this fan stand thing. Was it only 90 in an hour? I feel it was more than that, but who knows? 11 Blades of Death. Yeah, these go up to 11. Yeah, there you go. That's it. 11 Blades of Death. Love it. So the G90, 20 watts. I mean, they both have a tuner. So really the differences are 20 watts and a waterfall. They both do. Does the G90 do 6 meters? No, it doesn't, does it? So it does 160 through 10, I feel. So that's kind of it. In terms of size, it's Anthony W5LIC's in there. Hi, he says 90 in an hour. Sounds right. He was about an hour. He probably was about an hour. I don't know. Talking about our POTA activation last week. It's basically just a wide open receiver, the G90. There's not really, I mean, you can narrow the receive bandwidth. And I've said this 100 times. There's no notch filter and there's no noise reduction whatsoever. So you're just getting, I mean, you can turn the RF gain down.
And then you got that
hasn't done much for me.
And
there's a preamp and there's an attenuator.
Yeah, that was it.
I mean, that's as good as you're going to get for making it any bit more enjoyable to listen to the of an open squelch. Yes, Cascadia says there are filters. That was my not a Rubicon moment. I love his personality. He's so dry. The 6100 looks fantastic. So the X50, so as far as size, the G90 is almost the same size and weight as the 891. Which that's not going to mean anything if you have an 891, but I mean a typical mobile HF radio. The X5105, internal battery. It's got the same tuner. It does actually have a spectrum scope, but it just kind of scans it, and it's not really useful, but it does. It's in the menus. It's got a PTT on it on the actual radio itself. It has a built-in microphone, so you can use it as a kind of a man portable type radio. It's got noise reduction. What?
You're talking into the radio. You got to pick up the whole radio.
Yes. Well, it's over there. It's in its bag. It's too far. It's like 6-7 feet away.
Yeah.
You must update to the 1.77 software version. For what, Kevin? For what?
Filters?
I don't know what version I have on my G90.
That's a good question.
I feel I have the most. I feel I have the most recent version that was put out early this year. So
Flashing radio still scares me to death.
You gotta watch the Smoking Apes videos to do it. He's got a fantastic video on how to upgrade the firmware on the G90. So just watch his. If I ever come out with a video of that, I mean, watch it, but don't actually watch it to learn how to do it. Watch the Smoking Apes. So the X5105 has filters. It's got a notch filter. It's got noise reduction. And I as a radio, I do like the X5105 better because of that. But the one downfall about the X5105 is just on receive. The audio is just weird. Like usually there's a hiss of any radio just on receive, right?
Okay.
But the X5105 kind of sounds like that static underwater. It's weird. That's how I perceive it.
Is it the speaker they chose to use, or
it's just the receiver or the output, whatever the hell it is. I mean, a speaker itself is not just going to make noise. It's whatever causes that speaker to make noise. So I don't know if it's just the front end is nasty or if it's the finals or what. I have no idea. I ain't all book smart like that, you know. I just know I turn it on and it goes, but it sounds like it's like warbly, and it to me it just sounds like you're underwater. Who asked Fire Dog, are you going to review the 6100? I am in line with Radioddity. I think I'm third in line, but they might send it to someone who's a lot bigger channel than I am. I have no idea, but I'm pretty sure that I should be getting it at some point. Yes, I am excited. Josh texted me a sneak peek of it, and I'll tell you, just the noise reduction alone on that thing is fantastic. Actually, Fred VE3 FAL just posted something on Twitter. He got one, and go follow his channel, VE3 FAL, Victor Echo 3 Foxtrot Alpha Lima. He's got one, and he just posted a little thing on. It might have been on just a little YouTube thing or Twitter or whatever. I don't know, but the thing sounds fantastic. So That's all I know of it, but it might actually be a good radio. It will be the exact opposite of the G-Sock. The G-Sock was a flop. The 6100, I think they probably took everyone that reviewed it and might have actually listened to what we said, sucked about it, and fixed it. So Tank Radio Zygo G90 firmware 1.77 release notes. Improved algorithm, improved the isolation of close to. Yeah, I don't think that's new though. Yeah, that's old. That's earlier this year, I think, Mike. Looks like I have to flip a quarter on this. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I would say the G90 is way more popular by far.
Mm-hmm.
They both have their features and benefits. They really do. I do use my G90 more just because I have it in my Go box and I can just grab the box and I usually the most I use it, I just go on my front porch and play front porch radio because me and my neighbor set up an antenna specifically for porch radio.
I'm loving the G90. I activated one part with it. I set it up in my backyard a couple weekends ago, and it was working great. As far as a radio I use at home, I wish I know this is a small portable radio. I just want more wattage out. I don't mind like 20 watts when I'm doing POTA and I'm just listening for people, but when I'm sitting there trying to get that contact, I found it a little lacking. And it's just so
Yeah.
over other stations are just overpowering me.
Yeah, and that's what's going to happen with a QRP radio when you're trying to bust a pile up. Picture being at a rock concert and the band is blasting you with the PA and you're trying to talk to a guy 5 rows over. Well, your QRP in the rock band is 100 watts, 1500 watts, whatever. They're typically going to not always though. I mean, I got a couple QRP stations came into me today that I picked up. And I mean, and everybody's screaming their call signs at the same time. So, yeah. But it's a very capable radio. For just your only radio, no, I wouldn't buy either one. I'd get an 891 if you're going to be your what is a G90 450 or so for another $150 or so. You can get an 891. That is a way better radio. So, but if it's between the two, that's a toss up. That really is. You could flip a coin and
yeah, the 891 is what what Adam was using on all of our activations when we were over there in California. And that was a great radio.
Ape
says it have the waterfall,
but I don't know. You know, like a waterfall is nice to have, I guess. It really is, but you got to think. So the screen on the G90 is the same size as a screen on a DMR radio. It is not big. Like all of the videos on YouTube make the G90 look big because you're seeing it on TV. It's small. All those buttons are very, very small. But yeah, Don can activate with the KX3, but chasing is tough. It absolutely is. Absolutely.
Mike says
don't
I'm
go
right.
Chasing waterfalls.
You can say that again. I'm right. The G90 is a great radio for
5 watts works good when you're activating. You don't need much. When you're the one calling CQ, you don't need much at all. Not much at all. Not in Canada. So John Hummel Newell says, not in Canada, $675 at my door for the G90. Yeah, but your money's no good here. But no, your currency is worth different. You probably have to work the same for more money though. So I don't know, but we love getting the VE stations. I love getting the VE park to parks. Those are so great. Mike Kenner Connect got a G90 for his first radio and put the rest of the money into antennas. That is yes. There is an old adage: if you've got $100, spend 95 of it on your antenna, and the other 5 on the radio. So
True.
yeah, antenna. That's why I kill it with the DX Commander because that's a fantastic antenna. The Pac-Tenna, the 10 antennas, the KM4 ACK, NFET half wave, all fantastic antennas, resonant antennas. So activating with the MCHF, that's a cool radio. I have that. That is a really cool radio. So anyway, I got a little bit of show and tell
Ooh.
So today was I've been doing ham radio stuff most all day. I did an activation, then I got home and got some presents in the mail. And then I went to a dinner and had more ham radio stuff. So I want to show. So today's like, it should be no secret that I'm kind of a battery nerd.
Mm-hmm.
Just a little bit. And if you follow me on Twitter at K8MRD, you would have seen about a week ago, for no reason whatsoever, Little Geek, my battery box, I went to use it and I turned it on and there was no power. I'm like,
what?
did I use this and
Drain
not
it?
charge it? Like, I've never run my batteries all the way out, but it, I could have left it on or what, who knows? So I'm like, what the hell's going on? Flip the switch, nothing. So I open it up. I posted this on Twitter. The BMS had shorted. This is the BMS that was on it, and the negative wire somehow shorted across the positive of battery 2 in my battery pack. So this wire completely melted. Obviously, this is not the wire that melted. And this pad here is all burned. I tried soldering it back together to see if it would work. I mean, like the BMS, the batteries, like everything seems fine. The BMS doesn't work. It's fried. So I ordered another one, and my good friend Dennis, 86DM, owner and founder of Denko Batteries, that's Delta Echo November Charlie Oscar, not available online or in stores, but Denko Batteries nonetheless. I'm a proud he and I are both big battery nerds, and I asked him what a good BMS would be. Not that one. That was a $50 BMS.
What is a BMS used for?
So it's a battery management system.
Okay.
And what it does is, so when you have a battery, like a 12-volt battery, it's not just one battery that's 12 volts. It's a series of in lithium iron phosphate. It's a series of 4 cells, and I'm fixing to show you that in a second. So Dennis recommended a BMS from a company called Daly, DALY, and that just came in the mail. I wasn't expecting it until like December because it was coming from freaking Timbuktu, China or something. I ordered it like a week ago and it's already here, so I'm happy. So I just wired that up before the stream, and I don't know if it's actually balancing. There's no indicators as to whether or not it's actually working other than just testing the voltage, but this is the battery pack itself. And this red thing is the new BMS, and all these wires here hook up to the individual cells, and this is what should keep all of the cell voltages the same. On charge and discharge, it balances the cells. So these should, theoretically, when I charge this, these should all be like 3.6 volts.
Yeah.
Whether or not that happens is another story. So this has been on for about an hour. I don't know if I need to discharge this. I put a load on it for a little bit, but I don't know if I need to fully discharge it and charge it back up or what. But I'm going to put it on the old meter here. So I got this Klein thing. It says it's an automatic meter, but I still have to push the select button to select DC. It sucks. I hate it. I have to wait another 3 nanoseconds.
It's not working.
I'm going to see here. We're going to do this live. So cell 1 is 3.328 volts. I think that has gone up. Cell 2 is 3.327. I'm really mostly just doing this for Dennis. Cell 3 is 3.329. So that's only 1,000th of a volt off. 2,000ths of a volt. And cell 4 is 3.328. So that looks like they're balancing. What say you, Dennis? We also called Dennis Adam because his call sign looks like Adam. I've definitely been guilty of that. But then Adam came in, K6ARK came into our JerryNet Slack group, and we're like, well, crap, now we have 2 Adams. So we had to start calling Dennis again. So that's the news on. So this is the battery that's in Little Geek. And this was the first lithium iron phosphate battery that I ever got. It's a 10 amp hour Headway. These cells are Headway 38 120S cells. And hopefully it's fixed again. So I'm going to put some Kapton tape around here to keep it. It's like an electrically insulating tape. It's this yellow, ugly pea yellow tape.
Did you wire that up and make that battery? You got the cells individually, and you
yes.
did
So
all
I
the
bought
work?
the cells individually, and then these holders. These are actually just like 2 cell wide holders, and they kind of dovetail together, so you can link them all together, and then you wire it up. It's actually pretty simple. I mean, if you can use a Phillips, or excuse me, if you can use an Allen wrench, and you can crimp wire and solder, and you can follow very basic DC electrical schematics. Not a smart guy here, and I can do it. So, but it's really fun.
Fairly easy.
It is. I had to sit there and look at the wiring diagram for this because it's a little bit different than the old BMS. Is it okay to charge a iron phosphate when it's partially charged? Yes. Yes, it is. You can do anything. Lithium iron phosphate is a very resilient chemistry, not like lithium polymer, LiPo. I mean, any lithium battery you can charge at any state. They don't have memory like a nickel cadmium or a some of the older school batteries. You can. So when they talk about a charge cycle, so like if I discharge and charge this to 100%, you'll get about 2,000 cycles out of it. But that's a full discharge, and so if I only use say 5 amp hours out of this, that's only half a discharge. If I charge it back up, I've only used half of one discharge cycle. So I mean, this battery is going to last. There's going to be newer technology batteries that I'm going to want theoretically before this battery ever dies. I mean, think about 2,000 charge cycles for a ham is 10 years probably. I mean, just stupid long. So anyway, so that's the story with the battery for Little Geek. I'm already excited because it's balancing these cells were not balancing before. But I did do a current test, and I hooked up. I hooked up my 891, my 7300, and my VHF UHF radio, and I drew like 10.1 amp hours of current out of it. So still, I mean, 100% of the rated capacity I pulled out of these cells. These headway cells, if you're in batteries, these headway cells are freaking awesome. But
you got something else to show me?
I need to post this. Shoot, I don't know how I can. I might have to go into the Twitter universe and copy it. But so, my friends at Gigaparts, specifically Jason, has been working on a project for a while. I don't know how long, but I suspect probably a while to get this into fruition. But Gigaparts now has lithium iron phosphate batteries. And I'm trying to pull up my Twitter thread because I have a 5.
But he was on talking about them on the last happy hour last week.
But now I have one. You see. How the hell do I get to my tweets?
You go to twitter.com.
I know.
And your account. And then I go to profile. You got the picture with the guy on the left side.
There. Yeah, I see. Okay. Copy this. Live stream. Paste. There. Okay. So this link, I'm going to pin this up top if I can catch this in time. So that link that I just posted is a link for 5% off at Gigaparts, even though it doesn't look like it's pinned to the top. Did I pin it? Yeah, I did.
Yep.
There we are. Okay.
It takes a second for the pin to come up.
So here's the battery. They've got 4 different sizes. This is the smallest one. This is a 12 amp hour lithium iron phosphate battery. PO4 power is what they're branding them as. These are exclusive to Gigaparts. Jason has been working on this for a while, and he found a vendor. All these cells, the cells that are inside here, aren't coming from third party. He went right to the cell manufacturers, found them, put a BMS in here. This is the coolest thing. I'm going to be doing a full review on this, but
turn it. Show us the other the other side. There you go. Yeah. Okay, so that's a little wider.
Yeah,
than
so it's
the
a little bit bigger than
Violino.
yours. Well, this is a
Yeah.
12 amp hour though.
No, mine's a 9. I was about to point
Yeah.
that out.
Yeah, yours is a 9. So yours is probably a little bit skinnier, but
Yeah.
and I love Bioenno. I love batteries in general. But the cool thing, and I haven't even taken the plastic off this, but see this right here?
I was waiting for it.
Let's push this button. Mhm. There's
I
our
don't have to put
voltage.
anything on there. It's
Nope.
just right there.
There's our voltage. There's also a little
Ah.
battery gauge. But wait, there's more. Push it again. There's our capacity. So right now, I haven't charged this yet. I just got this today. So this battery is at 80%. So we can see the voltage. We can see the capacity. We can see both if we have the little battery gauge there and the voltage. Now, voltage doesn't matter so much with lithium iron phosphate because it's going to be 13.1, 13.2 for almost its entirety of its capacity. Now, this settings button doesn't do anything unless there's a load on it. I'm told I haven't hooked this up to a load yet, but I think you push that and it'll show you your current draw, which is really the most important. Hopefully, there's a Coulomb meter in here, so I can see how many amp hours I'm actually drawing. That's really what I'm most interested in is my current draw and how many amps am I pulling right now. Mostly, I want to know how many amp hours am I using, but I suppose with just the percentage there. I guess it doesn't really matter how many amp hours I'm using if it goes down to 0. When they start getting to like 12.9, 12.8, your battery is almost dead.
Yeah.
But otherwise, it's going to be 13 and then it just dies. So I'm really excited. Thank you, Gigaparts. 5% off with that link. There's a code at the top. It'll say like K8MRD, and the code is like HRM4, Hotel Romeo Mike 4. I think it stands for Ham Radio Mike. Yeah, I don't know. He just makes up arbitrary things, but really lightweight. I haven't, like I said, I haven't put a load on this yet, but they're rated for 10 amps continuous. This one, so there's a 12 amp hour. There's a, gosh, if I could only go to the link. Let's open this up. Oh wait, can I do this? We can show people. I can produce. Yes, we're doing it live. We're doing it live.
You can figure this stuff out, Mike?
I'm trying to. All right. So, how do I do this? Share.
Yeah. You
Share
can pick a
screen.
monitor or program.
Chrome tab.
There we go.
Share.
Look at that.
Okay. Oh, I should have made this a separate. Can you take a tab and make it a new window on Chrome?
Yeah.
I guess you can.
Just rip the tab off.
Yeah. I guess it doesn't really matter. So anyway.
Let's start out with showing your use your link.
It's in the freaking. Oh. Yeah. How do I do that? I'm using 2 computers, so.
Okay. Never mind. We'll skip it.
Yeah, I'd have to open. But anyway, it looks like this, but it says K8MRD up here. I wonder, can I do? Probably not. I could just open. No, then I'd have to log into Twitter. Wait, hang on. We can do this. I know what I'm doing. I'm not killing time at all. Killing Time is a good Metallica cover.
Well, your coupon code is Hotel Romeo Mike 4.
Yes.
And you're going to need to enter that in at checkout?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know about that. I haven't even been saying that about my link he got me.
Yes. Okay. There we are. So we see that. Save 5% on PO4 power products using Hotel Romeo Mike 4. So you can follow that link and spending $100. So this 12 amp hour battery is $100. So with my code, you save $5. That doesn't suck. Who wants to save $5? That's a grand slam breakfast at Denny's 10 years ago or 20 years ago, maybe. So they've got the 12 amp hour. They've got a 24 amp hour for $200. So that's based. So I think the Bioenno 20 amp hour is like 200, 220, something like that. And this right here, this is the freaking deal. Okay. So a 24 amp hour battery, go away, was
Yeah.
what, $200?
Mm-hmm.
Another 26 amp hours for another $150. This 50 amp hour battery, lithium iron
What?
phosphate
Uh-huh.
with nice big terminals on top, same meter, everything. Let's see if we can embiggen this. No. We can embiggen it a little bit. But so yeah, Gigaparts has their own line of lithium iron phosphate now. And then he also sent me this charger here. Now,
Mm-hmm.
this looks kind of small and wimpy on the screen. This is actually a pretty serious charger. I haven't taken it out of the box yet because I want to
It's a
keep it
big old
real for
brick.
the unboxing. But it's a big old brick, but it's got on the other side of this, there's charging indicators to tell you the state of charge.
Oh,
These,
that's
of
pretty
course,
cool.
are going to be immediately cut off and replaced with power poles.
Of
But
course.
that's
I
just what we do.
I the,
That's what I do.
the clamps, that's kind of old. I'm
Well,
not
so
trying to knock them.
to be fair,
To be fair.
to be fair, um, this battery has these little terminals on it. So,
Yeah.
you
Well,
know.
then you got the other bigger one that has the kind of the car battery terminals on it.
Mm-hmm. But whatever. So, and then they
Yeah.
also have this 15 amp charger. So if you've got this 50 amp hour battery, you might want to get the 15 amp hour charger. But so let's see. I think it was PO4power.com, maybe. Was the specs of these? Yeah, here we are. So I'm sorry, I'm geeking out on batteries, guys. If you don't like batteries, I'm sorry, but I'm a huge battery nerd. So here's all the specs. And I'm
You need
gonna,
to
like I
switch
said, I'm gonna do
tabs.
a full gosh darn it. Da, da, da. Can I just do all right, remove that. Stop screen. Sure. Share this. Share screen. Chrome tab.
I'm not reading that comment. That's kind of funny.
What?
Paperwork Ninja. This comment's in the chat.
How else are you gonna get? How else are you going to get the information out of James Bond without the clamps? Well, the laser certainly didn't work. Don already bought one, but with Jason's code, that's fine. As long as you buy one. Ham Radio for Don Techies, go buy one. So, anywho, where were we? So, yeah, specs. Just really quickly 10 to 14 volts nominal charge. Oh, that embiggened it, didn't it? Oh, here we are. Okay, this kind of works. So here, like cycle life, if you do 100% depth of discharge, Ham Shack, Whiskey X-Ray 5, Foxtrot Whiskey Tango, thank you for the $2 super chat. Propagation is looking good for North Texas right now. Dude, on 40 meters, 40 has been like just Envis Central all week. I've worked more freaking Texas stations on 40 even today, just like everywhere. I made like 26 QSOs on 40 meters today, and they were all within the few states that kind of are right around Texas. It was weird. Then I hopped on 20 meters and started getting California and Alaska and Canada and all types of stuff. So anyway, 2,000 cycles, roughly 100% depth of discharge. Now, if you only do 80%, you're rated for 3,000 cycles. If you do half depth of discharge, you're 4,000 cycles. I mean, it's lithium iron phosphate is freaking awesome. I love it. This environmental protection is it's IP56 rated. I mean, it's a totally sealed box. So if it gets out in the rain, I mean, I wouldn't, I wouldn't leave it out there. But if it gets wet, it's not going to get hurt. So, but discharge cutoff voltage, I'm sorry, 10 volts. So that's going to protect your cells from under discharging, which 10 volts is still way high for. Did I reach Oklahoma with Envis? I don't remember, but probably. I got Missouri. I know that because the guy said Missouri and not Missouri. So discharge current max 10 amps continuous, which is fine all day, 100 watts for sideband, and 20 amp burst for 10 seconds. So basically 100 watts sideband or EW, you'll be fine. FT8, probably not. My BioM will not put out 100 watts on FT8. My Headway will not put out 100 watts on FT8. They all kind of, they really start sagging on those continuous duty cycles like that when you put that much load on them. But this is pretty typical of what you're going to get out of a lithium iron phosphate battery. So anyway, I just wanted to kind of nerd out on those and
Pretty cool.
share that with the world. So yes, not exactly envious to Oklahoma. No, not really. I get Oklahoma a lot. I really do.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes,
from Houston, that kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
I hardly hear it.
Huntsville. Okay. Prison capital of Texas. That's why I'm here. And then I'm gonna be getting more of this stuff. I'm just teasing everyone. So being the big antenna nerd that I am, well, what's the most important part of your radio system, if you will?
The adapter bag.
Yes.
If you don't have the right adapter in your adapter bag, you're done.
What do those adapters connect to?
Antennas.
What connects the antenna to the radio?
Feed line.
And what else do we call feed line? What's the most common type that we use?
Depends. LMR 400.
What is LMR 400?
Coaxial.
Geez, we're really coax. Yes, good.
What are you digging for here?
I'm fixing to show you here. I got some Messi and Poloni coax here. This is the Hyperflex 5 that the fine folks at Gigaparts sent me to try out. So I'll be using this for my portable activations. This is freaking light. This is 100 feet. It's probably ever so slightly smaller in diameter than RG8X, but I haven't even taken it out of the shrink wrap, so I don't know. But this stuff is supposed to be the cat's ass of coax, so I'm very excited. So very low loss. It's shielded like crazy. So I'm excited to try this, and they're going to be sending me some more of the Messi and Poloni stuff to review. But they're waiting on, I think they're waiting on connectors or something. So also we can share products and learn, really, you know. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. But they you build relationships and you get to try cool things. So most of the stuff you got to send back. Sometimes you get to keep it. But I'm just happy to share my learnings, my failures, how dumb I am.
That's my channel. Failures. How many times I could cut myself? I
felt
like
but you know what?
Rogue, man. Roll back that injury counter.
I don't think I've shared this with anyone, but I have it written, and it's not even hanging horizontally as you would read. I just wrote this. It was something I thought of when I was still in Michigan, and it says, "Now I don't want everybody stealing this and making frickin' merchandise out of this, like the Ham Harder thing." Okay, that's the one pass, and I'm still butthurt about that. The greatest thing about failure is that we get to learn more. That's kind of, I thought of that one day, and that really drives me and humbles me and just kind of inspires me. You know, there's nothing wrong with failure. And as a leader in business and in my former work, you know, I was a coach and a leader and a mentor and a colleague and a peer and all these things. And I've always told people, never be afraid to make mistakes I don't care if you break things or whatever, screw up, so long as you learn from what happened, it's still a success, so Jesus.
Oh, what happened?
There's the APRS.
Well,
I'm kidding, Ham Shack. I swear to God, no matter what I do, and I love you. I love the APRS folks. I'm not an APRS person. My friend Jason Cam4ACK is a big APRS guy. So is Jason, Ham Radio 2.0, and they were geeking out over APRS at Huntsville. But it's like, it used to be every time I made a video, what software, what logging software are you doing? Now every time I make a video, if I do like a radio review or something, someone's like, I don't mention anything about APRS. It's always a comment. Does it do APRS? Like, dude, if it did APRS, don't you think I would say that in the video? So anyway, so somebody asked me, I think it was yesterday. So my last video review was for this this weather station from Radiology. Really nice weather station. I really like it. And somebody asked me, he's like, is there a way you can hook the transmitter up to APRS? I'm like, so you can ping so you can share the weather with whatever happens on APRS. I don't know. It's like
in space.
They're a very what the hell was the word I used? They're a very I don't know. They're a very proud people, a very determined and dedicated people. The APRS people. AI5DD says yes, you can. So it's on 433.9 megahertz is what it transmits on. So make that happen on the 143.9 whatever that APRS is on. I'm sure there's a way. I mean, that's what ham radio is all about. You can get a transverter, whatever it is, and I mean, it beacons every 16 seconds. This one, and it sends out a little chirp, and I don't know. So this uploads to what is it, Weather Underground and Weather Cloud or something like that. Does my Gibson do APRS? Not the Gibson itself. That's just a hunk of wood. But so I have a Shure QLXD wireless system that I use with it. That's in the 500 megahertz spectrum, I feel. Yeah, I do APRS with that all the time. I beacon running around my dining room as I'm playing guitar, and as I'm doing my
Does it beacon the chords that you're using?
What's that?
Helpful. Does it beacon your chords that you're using?
Well, the cords are all like behind the amplifier and behind the rack. So it doesn't beacon the cords because I'm wireless. I mean, there's a wire going from the input jack of the guitar to this little. I mean, it kind of looks like that, but it's not a piece of crap. It's this is some Chinese piece of garbage, but it looks like that. It's a little bit bigger. Learn guitar from APRS ham radio. Can you send CW over APRS? You gotta identify somehow.
It's built in the package.
APRS is killing ham radio. Tim's got it. See, now we started it. Here come all the APRS guys. They're all beaconing each other. They're like, K-Murder's talking about APRS on the live stream attack. My guitar amp does FT8 on 40. There was once a chord that David plays that pleased the Lord. And then Mike played the Brown sound and went straight to hell. That is a good song, though. You can send CW by guitar. I'm really ticked that more folks don't know that. It's not a secret. I've said it many times.
All right.
I don't play it as my intro anymore. It's just the outro. So if you actually make it all the way to the end of my videos, that da da da. Let's think about it. Da 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 da. That's my intro. It's K8MRD in CW on my guitar.
I thought that was pretty cool when you told me. I was like, oh, that's awesome.
Kyle Ziering with the $15 super chat. Another PO4 power battery purchased on your code. Thank you, buddy. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. You're going to like that. Joe
Mhm.
Walsh did the same thing. What the hell is it? Da 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 on Ham Nation. That's a little
Oh, I knew the
undertone
Ham
there.
Nation one, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And Rush, the song YYZ. And now I've listened to the beginning of that, and I
Mhm.
couldn't pick out the Morse code in there, but that's what everybody says. Like the very beginning drum part before like the band kicks in, I guess is Neil Peart doing YYZ on the drums. I don't know. Kraftwerk with the song Radioactivity. I don't know much about Joe Walsh other than Hotel California's got an awesome solo. If you don't like Hotel California, you're not a real ham. Sorry.
Watch this. Watch this. Jason says, where's the dog? All I had to do was whistle.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Let's see the puppers.
Puppy. Oh, the camera's there. She is.
There's Electra.
Yeah.
Tank stole Jason's dog.
Uh-huh.
Degs. You like Degs?
All I had to do was whistle.
Just got a whistle.
You just got to whistle. I muted myself for the audio viewers. Think y'all appreciate
762
that.
from IK04 just finished another SBR. Guess the caliber. I'm not a very smart guy, Kevin, but I think I'm going to go with it's a 762 by 39. Could be a 762 by 50. Is it? Is that the other caliber that 762 comes in? Either way, let's go shooting.
Yes.
Yeah. That tannerite. We gotta. So Winter Field Day is coming
Yes.
up soon.
Mm-hmm.
And we had a lot of fun shooting.
Mm-hmm.
So we need to bring more things. 772 by 55. Oh, it says 45 auto.
The dog is Electra. It's Jason's dog. The unofficial mascot
762 by
of the
55.
undisclosed location.
Uh-huh.
And I am planning, and I'm telling you this now, I'm still gonna bring the same fox hunting antenna microtransmitter. I'm gonna go hide it for you. And you
Good, and I will
bring your
bring
attenuator, you bring your gear.
Hang on.
Yes, I'm hanging.
These doors suck.
Yes. Remember the steak.
My dad's friend gave this to me, but it's like one of them receive loop things with an attenuator on it.
Ooh.
So he was Whiskey 4 Whiskey November Charlie is the guy who gave this to me. Now this has, I don't know if this is like frequency specific, but this says Fox is 146.545. I don't know if that matters. I wouldn't think it would. I don't think this is actually like tuned. I don't know, but I got one of them. My tape measure Yagi, I have to rebuild. Same guy who gave me the tape measure Yagi. The tape measure broke. The driven element. So I need to fix that.
Mine I've bent for so long they don't really want to flop back out that much anymore. So
that's all right.
That is a project I want to do on my channel.
Yes. So it shouldn't be too hard. I mean, the measurements are already on the tape measure, so they're just Jubilee clips, I think, that are holding it on. So, but that's a cool. It's cool to have a 2-meter Yagi. I have used it a couple times, and it's like you key up with a rubber duck, you ain't getting anything. You point that Yagi just with a handheld, and like you're all of a sudden making contacts. It's pretty sweet. Yes, the doors are off their hinges, and they suck, and I hate them, and I want to burn them. So, yeah, that one's kind of working a little bit. But yeah, tape measure Yagi, I haven't actually built one, but it looks like a cool project, or project, as they say in our friends to the north up in Canada. Inches or millimeters. I don't know what you're asking. Everything should be metric.
No.
Yes. The imperial
No.
system sucks and needs to die,
Oh,
especially for
come
ham
on.
radio. Why would anybody? And someone got pissed at me in one of my build videos because I was doing everything in metric. I'm like, dude, I think it was like the 2-meter roll up J pole that I made. I did the build in metric. Like, we're making a 2-meter antenna, 2 meters. Okay. Why would I convert?
You mean a
metric
2-yard antenna?
No, a yard is 36 inches. A meter is 39.25 inches, I feel. Alpha Echo 1 Tango Papa, $50 super chat. Thank you, buddy. Thank you. All the way from Bahrain. That could be Bahrain, like drachma, though. I don't know what the currency is in Bahrain, but I had a friend who lived in Bahrain for a while. It was a beautiful place.
So I got a standard tape measure. Then why is it in inches? If metric is so
because we live in America and we're like, hey,
it was literally
here's how it happened.
Right here.
Here's how it happened. Our founding fathers, right before they're signing the Constitution, they're all sitting around. All right, they're like, all right, guys, we're gonna do this one of two ways. All right. Do you guys want to use something that makes sense, or do you want to use the most arbitrary, stupid based math? They might have said maths back then that we can find. Like, boss, I don't like dividing everything by even numbers like 10. What if we broke up everything in eighths? And they said, that's a perfect idea. Nobody will know what the hell's going on. What's 5.3 inches? Show me 0.3 inches.
Octet? That's the actual computer way of counting by 8.
Go measure me 5.3 inches. You can't. If it were metric, everything's 10. Find it on a tape measure.
Right there.
Everything's a fraction. That's not 0.3. That's 3/16. No, those are not decimals. Those are in eighths. Those are divisible by 8, not 10. Anyway, I'm not good at maths. I'm not getting on this tangent. The metric system is awesome. If we're building antennas, why in God's name would you convert it from I'm making a 20-meter dipole, right? Well, a half wave of 20 meters is 10 meters. So why would I not start with 10 meters instead of transferring that from meters to feet and doing all that math? It doesn't make sense.
Calculators
it's stupid.
It's
silly. It's more work. It's more work. Just measure.
I say that, but I'm going to go get something. It's going to blow your mind. I'll be right back.
Now, yes, I love metric. I still maintain that we can still use the Bofang system of measurements. How many Bofangs is it? So I'm all for that. Yes, we do need to do steak. So anyone in like the Houston, Huntsville area, there's a place. Shoot, IK04. You're gonna have to drop the name of that place. I can't remember, but there, and I can't even remember. 25 miles north of Bucky's in Madisonville.
So I got this when we start building the XD Commander. Are you ready?
Hang on. There's a place that does steak, and it's like it's apparently people come from all over the state to go to this place. So IK04 and I went like 2 or 3 weeks ago. On Thursdays, they have a catfish fry. I love catfish, one of my absolute favorite things in the world.
All right.
It's fantastic, absolutely fantastic. But Friday and Saturday they have this steak thing, and you need to get there early to get in line. I think they open at 5. If you're not in line at like 4, you're probably not eating that day. Dallas to Houston is a long drive, but you're not going to Houston. You're going north of Huntsville. It's 45 miles north of me. So from Dallas, it's probably 150 miles, maybe. You're a little over a 2-hour drive.
What city is it in?
I can't remember. Leona General Store. Leona General Store. It's in Leona. It's so if you go to like the POTA map and you go to Fort Boggy State Park, it's right down the street from there. And that's when I first saw it. It looks like a dump. It looks like you'd never want to go there. Holy crap, is this place amazing.
All right. I am going to
check. So we need to have like a POTA during the day at Fort Boggy. And it's got to be on a Friday or a Saturday, probably a Saturday because more people will be off. but this is like the next thing we need to do. Now I don't know what winter and fall is really like here in Texas, if it's going to be uncomfortable and crappy weather and stuff, but
It's kind of, it can get cold. February is probably going to be our coldest.
no, I'm
we're
talking
gonna
like
get.
in December or something. Probably, I don't know. It might be tough with Christmas and Thanksgiving and everything, but I might have to wait. But at some point, we need to have, and IKO4 and I have talked about this. We need to have a POTA event at Fort Boggy, and then we need to go get our steak on. And it's basically, from what I'm told, it's not just like you order a steak and they serve it to you. It's you order how big a steak you want. So say I want a 16 ounce, and it's all ribeyes, I think. So say I want a 16-ounce ribeye, and I say, go cut. They're going to cut you a ribeye, but it's probably going to be much bigger than whatever you order. Like they're apparently, and he sent me a YouTube video on it. This guy went and reviewed it, and it looks so. Ribeye is my favorite steak on the face of the earth. I will take that over any steak any day.
Prime rib roast.
No, I'll take a ribeye all day long. Prime rib is good. Ribeye's better. It's the same cut. It's just how it's prepared.
I'm not
do I order steak in metric? I don't know the weights. So I would say give me like a 20-ounce at least. I can put down some steak. I just say bring me the whole cow, honestly. Just give me a blowtorch and I'll just char it when I want it. Yeah, ribeye's fantastic. Ham Radio for Non-Techies and I had some of those tomahawk things.
Yes. Ooh, I smoked one of those on my smoker and threw it on my grill just to get a final sear.
He put some hickory on them, I believe is what he used. That was good. Beautiful. I probably have smoked a steak before with mesquite. That was good. Yeah, I'll have 500 grams of steak, please.
Kilo of brisket. I like that. So, you want to see what I bought
with a liter of cola? Yeah. Okay. So sorry, you went to go get show and tell.
Yeah.
What do you got?
When we get ready to build the XD Commander, Lord knows when that will be.
The what Commander?
I got a tape measure in metric.
A chameleon.
I don't know. Good. This was Amazon.
Yes.
But it's metric. But like you said, it is easier. But the world just needs to get on the board, man. It's all about the imperial system.
Yes. Except the exact opposite. So it's like if you take even if you take fractions, or if you do, so I suck at fractions too. Hate them. Fractions need to die. If everything was a decimal, that'd be brilliant. I'm all clamped. Hang on.
Go get a drink of water. While Cascadia says she has a tape measure like mine. Yeah, to be honest, I was talking to some guys on the repeater about building the XD Commander antenna that I had, and I was like,
it's a DX Commander.
DX.
As a distant contact.
Okay, DX
Commander.
I was like, what is
unless dude is making his antenna. What is it? The DX dude or the dude commander or whatever the hell he had? Yeah. That was funny. Or the DX idiot. Antenna? The DX idiot is my favorite. That was, who made that? Sterling?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's funny. So anyway, go ahead. Yes, you have a metric tape measure.
Yeah, the guys on the radio said it's just the number one tip for building this thing is getting a tape measure and metric. So I bought it that day. 6 months ago.
I'm reading Tim's
the LT dude.
I'm reading Tim's all guys should like the metric system. 6 becomes 15. Think about that.
So true.
Oh, that's good. That's good. See, there's nothing bad about the metric system at all that I've found. So, Yes, having a what is it called? Metric tape measure.
Mm-hmm. I think that's going to help out a lot.
It's a game changer. It really is, because there's no more conversions. It's like, I just want to make a freaking antenna, and then you got to do all this extra maths for. All right, well, everything is metric and ham radio, and then I got to convert it to feet and inches. But if I just do it in metric to begin with, so like when I added the other element to my Pactena,
Mm-hmm.
and I just totally lucked out, but I rolled out 10 meters of wire, connected it to I had already tuned it for 20 meters because it comes with a little bit extra wire, or a little bit longer than what you need to be for 20 meters, so you can cut it back and tune it for whatever frequency you want. So I tuned it for 20 meters where I wanted it, and then I literally just added 10 meters of wire to it, and it's perfectly resonant on 40, 20, 15, and 10. So
everyone's jumping on me in the
but
chat.
what the hell is that in
feet?
To build that. That's like 33 point something stupid, But what's unless it's like 0.5 feet or 0.5 inches, what's 0.4? There is no they're eighths.
Mm-hmm.
So you can't just do those decimal maths with unless I'm missing something. Math is not my strong suit. I'll be the first to admit it. Took algebra 1 like 3 times in college. I hate it. I freaking hate it.
Mike Smith says, we got metric over here, but we still go in miles per hour.
Yeah, they do miles there. I hear all the guys over in England talking like miles, but then they're using kilograms and kilometers. Like, y'all need to figure it out. And then they did the whole Brexit thing, having an identity crisis.
Oh, that was smart of them.
I wonder if the battery's dying on this. The audio is starting to go, but whatever. Who cares? That's the way she goes. So, what else we got? Anything else, or it's 11, 12?
That's pretty much all I have. 45 Auto says engineers scale in 1/10 of an inch.
So I do have a one of those caliper things. It's not a micrometer, but it's one of them thingies that does that.
Yeah,
that's in tenths, and that's fantastic. But like a tape measure, just make them tenths. Make everything tenths. Divide by 10. Like then I would be okay with the imperial system.
Paperwork.
Other than the imperial scum that come along with it, of course.
Would you rather pay $3 a gallon or $3 a liter?
$3 a gallon. But I still want a liter of cola.
Oh, we all want a liter of cola. Why is our cola? Why is our Coke in liters? There's so many Coke by the gallon.
But then there's a 20 ounce.
Then there's a 20 ounce.
There's a liter, there's a 2 liter, there's a 20 ounce.
Yeah, we kind of half-cocked it. It's just mixed it all up.
Love recreational math more than recreational drugs. I don't know, Rhea. I'll take your drugs. You can have them. If I do enough drugs, maybe the math will make sense.
Oh, the math makes sense. You just got to understand it.
Let's see. Carry the star.
You mean the X?
What's the square root of the moon?
The sun.
What is it? I understand 10 miles per gallon. I don't understand 23 liters per 100 kilometers. That's 2.3 internets, I think, Phil. Yeah. 4.37 ounce bottles. Is that the arbitrary number for liquids on an airplane? A gallon of Dr. Pepper. I probably drank a gallon of Dr. Pepper. I went to the barbecue place and
Ooh.
I must have had me about 15 Dr. Peppers. I did have it was Pepsi though, so I had slice. My first drink was a slice. Can Pepsi just frig off, by the way? What a garbage soda company.
I know what? I am going to agree with you on this 100%. When someone says, when I ask, can I get a Coke or a Dr. Pepper, and they go, Pepsi? I'm like,
is Pepsi okay?
Water.
If Pepsi was okay, I would have asked for a freaking Pepsi. I asked for a Coke.
You mean a Dr. Pepper?
Well, no, I went with Dr. Pepper because I'm not going to put that filthy Pepsi in my body.
But if
and
you ask
Dr.
for a
Pepper is
Coke
fine.
in Texas, they're gonna say, "What kind of Coke would you like?"
Yeah, and same thing in Florida, dude. I'm from Florida. Everything's a Coke.
Okay.
Everything's a Coke.
Everything's a
You and
Coke.
I, we're on the
Yeah.
same
Okay.
page on this one.
Okay.
Okay.
I didn't know where you
Coke is
fell,
too
and I was
syrupy.
setting
Ron
up the argument.
Walensky, you are an 8 call, and you're probably in Ohio, so I would expect something like that out of you. Probably an Ohio State fan too.
Coke is too syrupy.
Good day, sir.
I love a Coke first thing in the morning. You open it up and you just feel that acid burn, and it's
Oh my
super
God,
cold.
it's so good.
Oh,
it's so good.
I love it. I
so
love it.
that skit, AI5DD, that skit is fantastic. Cheeseburger, no Coke, Pepsi. They were doing a lot of drugs on SNL back then. They probably still are. All right, now you're in Washington. But see, he's probably one of the Ohio State University. Sorry, Ron, I'm hating on you right now, dude. I'm from Michigan. I'm from Michigan. It's all in good spirit. I actually worked a lot of Ohio stations today.
Ohio.
I get a lot more Ohio than I do Michigan.
Do they measure Coke in kilos?
No, we're not going down the Buckeyes. They measure Coke in kilos. Yes. Right.
It's coming from Rhea. Wow.
Well, she's a smart lady. She's,
She is, but I don't see her going down this route of comedy.
Oh, everybody's watched Scarface. This is not news to anyone. I prefer what is Big Red? That's gum. What are you talking about, gum? Is there a Big Red soda?
Yeah, there was a Big Red soda.
Huh.
Yeah.
Interesting. Go green. There you go. There's a smart guy. Go Spartans. Green. Spartans. Michigan State Spartans.
Oh.
Yeah. I really don't care. I hate football. UNT. I think it's the most god-awful, boring sport on the face of the earth. But go Red Wings.
My alma mater. North Texas. Woo!
How many players have injured themselves on overemphasizing the word "the" in the Ohio State University? Boy, ain't that the truth. They're such a proud bunch. the Ohio State University. Yeah.
Big Red. I see a bunch of comments saying it's still a thing.
You know, now that you say it, there might have been Big Red on tap at that barbecue. I saw something that I did not recognize.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if it's like Faygo Red Pop. Potheads on the air would be interesting. I'm not saying I know anything about that, Hamdalorian. We're like, CQ, man. Imagine if you could see those radio waves, man. They're bouncing off the atmosphere.
I'm not gonna say I haven't been drunk on the air.
Oh yeah. When I first got licensed, oh man, me and a couple buddies would get on the repeater and we'd start drinking, and like we'd be on for a while. You know, like we're getting sauced, right? And like we just like there's got to be people that are just sitting in the background just listening to us, because like I'm never on the repeaters. It's always on. You know, I monitor, I listen to people, but I just don't find much enjoyment in talking on the repeaters. But yeah, that was some good times. I've definitely been drunk on the air for shizzle. Pac-10 80 meter infant half wave inverted V. Any suggestions? So William, that's a great question. I'm glad you asked that, because I literally 2 days ago. God, my monitor sounds like crap.
Tiger blood, yes.
Tiger blood.
Tiger blood. The shave ice. It's tiger blood.
I don't know that.
Then there's a I forgot who said it was a celebrity just off his rocker. He's like, tiger blood.
I feel that's like a Will Ferrell thing.
No.
But William D's got an antenna question. That's much more important than anything else we're talking about. 80 meter end-fed half-wave inverted V. Any suggestions? My suggestion, yes. And in fact, 2 days ago, I cut another 21 meters of wire, something like that, so I could link an element to my Pac-10 end-fed half-wave to get 80 meters. But there were too many cars. I don't have a place to really set up that long of an antenna in my yard or my cul-de-sac. And all my SWR readings were just through the roof for some reason, which is really weird because that antenna is just stupid spot on. SWR, like my meter doesn't even move when I'm transmitting on it. It's freaking awesome. So I need to go out in the park and make it. But yes, an NFET half wave in an inverted V would work fantastic. They work very well. So yes, do it.
So the feeding end is going to be at the one of the bottoms, and it's going to go up, and you have the peaked in the middle, and this go down.
Yep.
And that's going to radiate directional.
It's going to be a little more omnidirectional.
Okay.
Which, I mean, the NFEDs are kind of I don't really know what the pattern looks like. I feel it's very similar to a dipole.
Is the NFED kind of making it omni, or is it the inverted V make it more
The
omni?
inverted V
Okay.
makes it a little more omnidirectional. So like a dipole, if you just have it totally horizontal, it's going to be a little more broadside the antenna, and the ends are going to be a bit of a null. Where if you make it an inverted V, it's a little more omnidirectional.
Interesting. And I am going to disagree with Don. I saw him in the chat earlier. I despise Dr. Pepper cream soda. Can't stand it.
Haven't had it. Shoot, I can't plug this in. I don't know if this battery's dying or if this. I think that it's more just this wireless thing sucks. My audio keeps. It's scratchy. It's
the sides of the V
terrible.
act like a slope.
You know what
Tim in the chat says.
Say that again.
The sides of a V kind of act like a sloper. And then I saw someone else commenting.
I have headphones that would satiate my OCD. I could just plug in the computer, but who cares? We're about to get out of here anyway. Whatever. But yeah, so yes, just do it. It'll be fantastic. I used to run my NFED half wave in an inverted V before I realized I could just deploy it the way I am. But 135 feet is a little bit harder to run as a sloper. Well, I shouldn't say that because I've never done it, but I suspect it would be a little bit hard. It's just a long freaking antenna. That's my only thing with it. But yeah, I mean, an inverted V will absolutely work fantastically for you.
That's what I'm planning on doing at the house. One of my builds coming up sometime once I figure out how to design it is a fan dipole inverted V for the backyard.
Yeah.
So I'm going to have many different elements coming off of it, and that's what I'm thinking.
My first antenna that I made, actually, it was the second antenna because when I was a tech, I made like a 6 or a 10 meter dipole or something, but never did anything with it. But I made a fan dipole for HF when I got my general for 40 and 20, and it was resonant on 40, 20, 15 and 6 or something like that. I can't remember. It was awesome. Like there's something magical about making your own antenna and working people all over the world. It's just it's very gratifying. So yes, do that.
I'm gonna get there. Looking forward to it.
Yeah, just antenna all the things. I found a 100-foot roll of 14 gauge stranded wire in the middle of the road a couple months ago. You bet your ass I pulled over and ran out in the middle of the street and grabbed it. I was like, that's antenna. I actually just used it the other day.
Nice.
To film a video. I needed some wire to use to demonstrate something. And I was like, hey, I've got this spool of wire here. So
cool.
45 autos batteries dying, so he'll say goodnight. Yeah, you got anything else coming up you want to talk about? I'm gonna get out of here and go to bed.
It's kind of getting late. Monday Night Ham Radio's coming up. I'm going to have a video of me setting up and doing equipment shake down. See what comes out of it. Did it work all at once? Do I need to add things to the kit? So I just decided to set up in the backyard. So come out and see that. I released a quick short that pretty much not really summed it up all. It was just me having fun doing tank style and cut myself twice. Other than that, we just did Ham Fan Game Night. Was tonight. We did a short one because Kyle's Trivia came along, and we're like, hey, let's play some of my Jackbox games, then roll over to Kyle's stream, where I still did not know any of the answers.
I was watching Kyle's stream, but I was fixing my battery.
Mm-hmm.
You got to understand, my love for batteries is going to trump trivia.
Mm-hmm.
But I was there.
I actually did.
Thank you,
get
Mike
third
Kenner Connect, for the $5 super chat. Thank you, buddy. Appreciate you.
Patreon launched. Patreon / Tank Radio. Go over there, help support the channel because I kind of need it. I can't do another year like I did this year on my own.
Well, you ain't gonna get rich doing YouTube. I can attest to that. But
yeah.
It actually costs a lot of money to make free videos. It's kind of ironic like
fix.
that.
I'm looking at purchasing 3 more cameras and wiring up all this stuff, and it's.
I haven't gotten sucked into that. I still use my old iPhone for a camera.
Yeah.
So spent a couple $100 on that microphone. I'm about $300 into the microphone, and another 120 into the tripod or so.
The thing I don't like about the mics is it's kind of covering up your face all the time. You're like, blah blah blah. It's either here or here in front of you.
Lav mic.
But no, right here, right. You got a big old mic sitting right here on the side of your face all the time we're talking.
We're in radio.
Uh-huh.
Like I just picture that I'm Howard Stern, because he's got his freaking freaking microphone. I didn't say that whole word completely. Don't demonetize me. His microphone sounds fantastic.
We need a brainstorm. We need another awesome video idea coming out of field day like we did the other one.
Oh yeah, there's a freaking contest this weekend.
Yeah, I think that starts 3.
That sucks. Well, I guess it's a good thing that I'm not going POTA tomorrow. I was supposed to go somewhere with someone, but I don't remember. But he said he was canceling in the chat. So that's a good thing. Yeah, when there's a contest going on, it just sucks all the fun out of portable radio.
Well, the summer is usually a contest a weekend.
4 weeks in a row there's been a contest, I feel.
But during the summer months, it's always a contest. Every weekend there's a contest.
Yeah. Yes, Howard runs. I don't know if he runs a ton of compression, but he does run compression. Hey, Matt. Good to finally see you there, buddy. Matt Quince, Alpha Echo 4, Mike Quebec. Big KX3 user. He's a good guy.
So what do you got coming around, Mike?
So I filmed 4 videos yesterday. I tried to do a 5th today, but it failed. Well, so I have this G90 fan, and I wanted to show its cooling properties, so I took the G90 out on a POTA activation today, and my idea was I was only going to film like let's show this thing getting hot and measure the temperature. The rest I was going to do here in the shack, showing around the thing and whatnot. So I'm like, all right, well, here's the G90. I don't have the fan hooked up. I'm going to get on the air and make a bunch of contacts. We're going to measure the temperature right now, and then once it's hot, I'll measure the temperature, and we'll see how it is, and then we'll cool down, and then we'll see how much the fan cools it. Yes. Well, it was like 60 freaking degrees, and the G90 doesn't get hot when it's 60 degrees outside, so I only have
need to hotbox it. Get a couple of
that
heaters.
Thing has gotten so freaking hot, it hurt to hold. So the G90 gets stupid hot, but not when it's 60 degrees out in the shade. So I was hoping that I would have that done.
Turn up the heat in your house
because I'm not going to be home. I'm not going to be home next week. So I have to make a bunch of videos to hey Brad Snyder, what's up, buddy? Haven't seen you in a while. Got to make a bunch of videos, get them in the bank there, and release them slowly next week. So you find folks at home who are subscribers or viewers of the channel will still have the great K at MRD radio stuff content you've come to know and love. Yeah.
Or you just take the content, edit on the road, and upload wherever you are.
Oh, I'm not editing it all today or tomorrow. I'm just gonna do it and they're all easier videos for me to edit. They're like reviews and just tips and tricks and kind of stuff. So those it might take an hour to edit and then another hour to make the thumbnail and pick the music or something to put underneath it or whatever. So pretty easy in comparison to like a field video, especially the POTA ones where you got to edit all the contacts down and take 2-3 hours worth of content and get it down to 13, 15 minutes, something like that. So
yeah.
Is it really your first time catching the late shift, Brad? Wow. Spark Plug. Is that Mike from Spark Plug Antennas? That I still don't have, but I will be getting. He said hopefully by end of November. So just let me know when you want my money. So I'm. That's another thing. This Spark Plug antenna that I used with Scott from Ham Radio for Non-Techies. It's an end-fed half wave. It kind of looks like a spark plug. It's a 64-to-1.
Adam built one.
It's an antenna that I don't own, and I need it. K6ARK sent me 3 of his kits, so I've got to build those too. Shoot, maybe I can do one of those tomorrow or over the weekend. That'll be a good video. But I need more antennas. I don't own every antenna in the world. Yes, Scott just did his 100-watt version, and I only caught the tail end of that. And then Jason from Gigaparts called me to talk about his battery. So I have to go back and watch Scott's video. But yeah, where am I going, Rhea? I am going out of town. Yes, Fire Dog. We covered that. Don's got a spark plug too. The spark plug is like a K6ARK antenna, but you don't have to solder that tiny capacitor. I know, dude. I've got 3 of those antennas, and that means there's 3 of those little bastard. He should have sent me like 100 of those things because I'm going to lose every single one of them. Brian, it should do. Ooh, Sparkplug can answer that question, but I think depending on the wire. Well, someone in my comments said he put a 67-foot wire on it, and he's got everything 40 through 10 or 40 through 6, something. So 40, 30, 20, 17, 15, 12, 10, something like that. How many volts should the 12-volt 9-amp-hour BioNO show when fully topped off? So that's a great question. I'm glad you asked that. So when a lithium iron phosphate battery is fully charged, it's going to charge up to 14.6 volts. That's its kind of saturation voltage. When you unplug it, however, it's going to settle down. And so basically take a really big breath. You're at 14.6 volts, and then kind of ease back, and it's going to settle down to about 13, anywhere from 13.2 to 13.4 volts is pretty much where it's going to sit. Until it's about dead. So that is where it should be.
You know what I did when I set in my charge controller? Get the specs and read them for your battery.
Say what?
It will tell you there. Get the specs.
Well, the charge controller has nothing to do with that.
No. When I got the charge controller, it told you what is the maximum.
Are you talking your charger?
The Buddy Pole Mini. You can set max charge voltage and min charge voltage.
Oh, okay. Solar charge.
So I set that inside the charge controller, so I don't have to know that anymore. It's just plug in and it works.
That description was freaking fantastic. I already forgot what we described, but good. See, it's getting late. I don't remember anything. Don's got 66 feet of D10 on his spark plug. So yeah, the D10 you might need a little bit less, because it's a thicker wire. I'm going to put 26 gauge on mine. I 26 gauge all them junks. 26 gauge poly stealth. Actually, the Soda Beams antenna wire. I don't like it as much as the poly stealth wire, but it's yellow, and that's where I like it. I'm trying to ship you and Dixie. We need a Ham Radio YouTube love connection. What the? You're trying to ship us? I don't understand what that means, but I don't want to be put in a crate or anything. I don't want to be shipped. I'm not freight. I'm not goods. I'm not even good. Anyway, spark plug antenna is good for 80 through 10. Yes, there you are.
Oh, she retracted it. No.
I didn't see it. I see the ew though. I can't even unretract it. I know, Cascadia. I know.
Oh, she was saying, Mike, throwing some love at you, and I was like, what about me?
Oh.
All right, man. Well,
All
you
right.
want to
Yep.
go
That's
ahead
it.
and wrap it up? We could repromise for the next.
Yes, and I need to wrap up my battery and Kapton tape. I'm gonna let it balance overnight though. I think, and before I put the Kapton tape around it, and I had Kapton tape around it. Like I wasn't doing anything with the battery. I built this battery like 3 years ago, and it's been inside Little Geek most of its life. It's not like it jostles around. It's not like I was fussing with it or anything. It was just sitting there, and somehow it shorted. It might have been when I was I think I had it hooked up to a solar panel, but it was just that negative connection on the battery that fried. Nothing inside the box fried, like no other wires. The fuse didn't blow. The fuse is after the battery. The solar charge Satan, why are you staring at the wall? There might be ghosts in my house. No, he's actually all right. He's a weirdo. Like nothing else. No circuits were fried. No switches. No. The shunt is fine. The meter, everything is fine. It's just the BMS just freaking fried. I don't get it. Can you do a video on how to properly balance LiFePro 4 batteries, Mike? There's a guy named Will Prowse, Prowse, on YouTube. Him and OH8STN. Now, OH8STN doesn't get as big into it, but OH8STN has build videos on this battery. That's why I built this battery. Will Prowse is the guy you want to learn, because I'm going to tell you, connect all these red wires to the positives of these cells, and then the black wire to the negative of cell 1. And then this does everything. I don't physically do anything to balance this. This battery management system does. So I guess there you are. But watch Will Prowse. He is the lithium iron phosphate guru on YouTube. So that would be my advice to you, because I really, the circuits do it. You just wire it properly. That's all I can tell you, buddy. I really don't know. So yeah. Anyway, that's all we got. I think that's all we got. No negativity is not good. Unless you need to connect to the negative wire on your DC battery there. Yes. Callum is out of DX10. Yeah, he is. Shoot. Has been for a while. He's got some other wire. Hey, hopefully that answered your question, Mike. Like, that's really all I know, honestly. And I haven't done a build video on a battery. I don't know if it's worth me doing. It's disconnected right now, so I guess that would be that. But I already did it. Like
Yeah.
Like then I would have to clip the wires and redo all the connectors and stuff, because I'd want to show doing all that. Even though it's like, okay,
Build
solder these
videos
wires.
take the longest to edit. I can have hours and hours, and trying to trim that down to something usable that's why I gave up on some of them.
Yeah. That's why I didn't do a build video when I was doing Big Geek, because I had to sit there and figure out, one, how I was going to build it. And then two, like it literally took me all day to build that box, because I had to customize everything and I had to figure out how I wanted to wire everything. I had to make mistakes. I had to learn from those mistakes, and I had to do it 3 times. And then to have a camera there and position that camera as I'm doing all that stuff is like, dude, I could do it now. I could just unwire the thing and show it, but it's like, and a lot of people actually want to see that. And maybe one of these days maybe that would be because I really want to have like 5 videos filmed before I go out of town.
Yep.
Maybe I'll do that. That's a good idea.
All right, man. Let's go ahead and hit the big red button.
We're going to go ahead and hit the big red button. I will wish everyone, I don't know if we're doing a live stream next Friday. What with Thursday being Thanksgiving and all.
Yeah.
My birthday is next Monday, not 3 days from now, but if If anyone wants to send me presents, turning the big 4-2. Isn't that the answer to everything in the universe? 42, I feel.
42. Yes.
Yeah. All right. So maybe it won't be such a crappy. I don't want to get any older. So anyway, all right, guys, 73, and we'll see you again whenever I make the next video. So love y'all. Happy Thanksgiving.
Yes.
Bye-bye.